Even when people come and buy a unit from me or they buy a house from me, I want to provide them with a complete different look, everything that has
You
to
want
do.
it to be an experience when
Correct.
you walk in the door.
Correct.
That's why I knew you'd be perfect for our Houston project.
Correct.
When I looked at it, I'm like, man, Ariel would tear this up. And remember what you sent me? Right away when we went there, you started sending me renderings of what you think would change up the atmosphere in Houston Class B and C multifamily.
Correct.
It's like Tulum
It's
style.
not necessarily has to be, wow, you gotta spend so much money and like, oh, we gotta do like marble walls or whatever is. First of all, it's what's behind the walls, right? We gotta make sure that behind the walls are like tip top, which is your plumbing, your electricity, no leaks, no mold, not a lot of that stuff, right? And then if you're doing already the finishes, we want to bring something completely different, especially not a lot of people. When I told you, right, our project in Houston, it's not a high-end project. It's a mid-size project. It's a
Mid-size, mid-end.
mid-size, mid-end, but mostly it's like people that paying $1,200, $1,300 or $1,100, let's say $1,200, $1,300 per apartment, and they can afford the absolute luxurious apartment. But what are we gonna provide them? We're gonna provide them a luxury apartment for whatever they can afford in not a luxurious area. But eventually, that area will turn into,
Of course.
and you're gonna be the first one who did it.
Yeah.
So that makes you different from everybody else, right? When we buy a rental project in mid-sized neighborhood, right?
You remember we were looking around the neighborhood, we're like, houses are going for $300,000. That's not $50,000 houses.
Correct.
This isn't the roughest neighborhood in Houston.
Correct.
$300,000 is a pretty penny. It's working professionals.
Correct.
We're paying $81,000 a unit for the same size apartments, hypothetically, if they were same size in houses.
Correct.
So us changing these lofts into beautiful 2-bed, 2 baths with a backyard and balcony, we could provide the people an alternative for substantially less money, and a comfortable living.
And you're the first one.